I know some people will say that, Native people are invisible. We're not invisible, it's just that people don't know how to see us, or people choose not to see us. They don't know who we are today. My name is Debra Yepa-Pappan. I'm Jemez Pueblo and Korean. I'm a mother, wife, daughter, visual artist, Chicagoan, and currently I'm the community engagement coordinator here at the Field Museum. I've been here for about 3 years working on a project to renovate the Native American Hall. I grew up here in Chicago, coming here on field trips or coming here with my father during the summer. I remember seeing the display cases that had our Pueblo culture on display. I remember my father saying, well, that doesn't look like, where they're saying it's from. It could have said it was from Cochiti Pueblo, and I remember my father saying, that really looks like it's from Jemez. That was something that always resonated with me. The narrative was definitely not from Native people. It's really important to have somebody to care for Native people when they come into this institution, whether as a visitor or one of our collaborators that we're working with on our renovation. Native people have not had that before, and I think, relationships between the museum and Native people have been strained for decades. It can be an intimidating or uncomfortable place, particularly when the display cases were unchanged, when we had anthropologists creating stories for us, misrepresenting us in the display cases. That creates a hostile environment for even the one Native person that may walk through that exhibit. The Native American Hall renovation project started in 2018. The first year was, just really deep in conversation. I would have conversations with our Native guests, and we would talk about the issues we had with the hall, with the cases that were on display. Being a Native person myself and already having that lived experience, I think really helps. They can trust me and they can share their experience or their thoughts with me and not have me make excuses for the museum. I'm right there with them. I feel exactly what they're feeling, although I work here. I like to say that I don't work for the museum, I work at the museum for Native people, and so that's who I feel I'm accountable to. We also talked about those things that we wanted to see. We talked about what we would rather see on display. I was also able to bring that back to our renovation project team and share, this is what Native people want to see in here. This is how we want the narrative to change. Predominantly, it's going to be story. We're going to be listening to stories, and I think that's a much better way to learn, not just about Native culture and about Native people, but to learn from Native people. I think a lot about how museums can decolonize. I've always thought that that should be like a 12-step program of some sort. And what's the first step? The first step is always admitting. They need to be the ones to say, yes, the Field Museum is guilty because of those early practices of how they used to go out to our communities and to our ancestral burial sites and just dig up our ancestors or trick Native people to sell things to them. I'm also recently a co-founder of the newly formed Native arts organization called Center for Native Futures. Places like the Field Museum have kept us in the past so much that when people come through, they literally think Native people are all gone, that we're all dead. That's what we're thinking with Center for Native Futures, is that we're informed by the past, but we're thinking about the future. And we're doing it through artwork. Art is just something that's so embedded in Native culture. It's just so much a part of all of us. I think that if we're a Native person, and we're creating something that is Native art because it's made through the lens that we have as a Native person. Through my own artwork, I really try to delve into identity, my own identity in particular. Everything that I do has always been grounded in who I am. I'm always thinking about what are those things that I can do to help my people.
Debra is Korean and Jemez Pueblo. She's married to fellow artist Chris Pappan, who is Kaw, Osage, and Cheyenne River Sioux heritage.